Still counts as a fairway, right? Hi, I'm Paul, and this is The Golf Show. Hey everyone, I'm Paul Hemley and welcome to The Golf Show. On the show this week I want to talk about stats. Now before you turn over, I promise you it's going to be interesting and relevant to your game and help you improve your game. What I want to look at is if say you're a 10 handicap golfer, are all parts of your game playing to 10? Maybe you're really good at driving and you're the equivalent of a 5 handicapper off the tee, but maybe your short game's not so sharp and you're the equivalent of a 20 handicapper, and the sum of all that means you play off 10. So I'm going to look at some research that's been conducted on over 100,000 golfers with handicaps from scratch to 28 to see where you should be: fairways hit, greens in regulation, par saves, birdie saves, sand saves, putts per round, number of penalty shots per round. I'm going to look at all of those right across the handicap spectrum. Then you'll be able to compare yourself and say, yes, I'm good at this, but no, I really need to work on that. We've also got our regular rules feature, and we've got a subscriber showcase feature where you get to be the star of the show. Before I go on, I'd like to say thank you to all our existing subscribers. I really do appreciate the support. If you're new to this channel, great to have you with us. I really hope you enjoy this episode. Why not check out our back catalogue of over 50 episodes on YouTube? If you do enjoy it, please hit that subscribe button. Subscription is free, but it really helps me out. Subscription will tell you when our next episode is going to drop, but it'll push the Golf Show way up the YouTube rankings and make it easy for people to find, and we'll get more people watching the channel. Okay, that's more than enough from me. Let's get on with the Golf Show. Fairways hit is always a bit of an interesting stat, some bragging rights there. Well, a scratch golfer would hit around 70% of fairways in a round. So here at Fulford we've got 14 fairways because you've got 4 par 3s. Out of those 14, a scratch golfer is going to hit 10. A 5 handicapper is going to hit 60% of fairways, a 10 handicapper is going to hit 50%, so 7 out of 14 fairways. So that's 7 holes where you're not playing off the short stuff. A 15 handicapper is going to hit 40% of fairways, a 20 handicapper is going to hit 30% of fairways, and a 25 handicapper is going to hit probably 20% of fairways, which is probably 2 to 3 fairways around. This is an area which is really important. You've got to get your ball in play, so perhaps something for us all to work on. Greens in regulation is a stat you've probably heard of. That means getting your ball on the green with 2 more putts for your par, so you're getting a birdie putt. But at the amateur level, there's some massive deviations in the numbers here. A 25 handicapper is likely to only hit 1 green in regulation per round, whereas a scratch golfer is going to hit 12, so they're going to do it 2/3 of the time they're out on the course. A 5 handicapper is going to hit 9 greens in regulation per round, a 10 handicapper 6, a 15 handicapper 3, and a 20 handicapper 2 greens in regulation per round. So if we can all get 1 or 2 more greens in regulation per round, that's going to make a massive difference to our scores. The dreaded greenside bunker. Well, perhaps not so dreaded if you're a scratch golfer. Scratch golfers statistically should get up and down from greenside bunkers 55% of the time. When you get to a 5 handicap, that drops down to 30%, so there's a massive gap there between the scratch and the 5 handicap golfer. A 10 handicap golfer is going to get up and down 17% of the time, a 15 handicapper 11% of the time, so that's pretty much 1 in 10. So if we can improve that to 2 in 10, 3 in 10, that's going to make a massive difference to the scorecard. A 20 handicap golfer is going to get up and down 9% of the time, and a 25 handicap golfer is going to get up and down just 6% of the time. So you've got a scratch golfer getting up and down almost 1 every 2 times, and then you've got a 25 handicapper getting up and down almost 1 every 20 times. So there's a really big gulf there, real area for everyone to work on. Perhaps it's not that easy practicing a bunker, perhaps we don't like it, but it's certainly an area at all levels we can improve on. Birdie conversion rate's a stat I've not heard of. No need to be sarcastic. It's a different stat, and this is going to track the amount of birdie opportunities you actually convert. The scratch golfer is going to convert 25% of birdie opportunities. So perhaps we've been a bit hard on ourselves when we're not making those birdie putts. A 5 handicapper is going to make 20% of birdie opportunities, a 10 handicapper 16, a 15 handicapper 14, a 20 handicapper 12% of birdie opportunities they will convert, but a 25 handicapper is going to convert less than 8% of their birdie opportunities. Another interesting stat in the research that isn't that commonly tracked is the number of par saves you make in a round. So this is where you've got 1 putt to make your par. And for a scratch golfer, they're making 5 par saves a round, which is more than I'd have expected. For a 5 handicapper it's 4 par saves a round, for a 10 handicapper it's 3, for a 15 handicapper it's 2 par saves per round, and for a 20 and a 25 handicapper it's just 1 par save a round. So for those higher handicaps it's really important to start getting on the green in regulation a little bit more and giving yourself more chance to get the ball in the hole for par. Putts per round is another really interesting stats that shows some massive differences across the spectrum of handicaps. A scratch golfer should be taking 29 putts per round. Now a 5 handicapper is going to take 30, so you might not think there's much of a difference there, but of course the scratch golfer is going to be hitting more greens in regulation, so potentially having longer putts. A 10 handicapper is going to hit 32 putts a round, a 15 handicapper 34, 20 handicapper 36, and a 25 handicapper 39 plus. So a 25 handicapper is taking 10 more putts per round on average than a scratch golfer. That's a lot of shots. If we can work on the short game, you can really bring those handicaps down really quickly. Nothing spoils the scorecard like a penalty stroke. Maybe not so much though for a scratch golfer. A scratch golfer is going to incur 0.2 penalty shots per round. So that's every 5 rounds they're going to incur a penalty stroke, which is pretty good going. If you then go to a 5 handicapper, they're going to incur 0.5 penalty strokes a round, so a penalty stroke every 2 rounds. Now that surprised me because 5 is a really good standard of play. A 10 handicapper is going to incur 1 penalty shot per round, a 15 handicapper 1.5 penalty shots per round. A 20 handicapper 2 shots per round. If you can get that down just to 1, that's going to really help. And a 25 handicapper is going to incur 3 to 4, maybe even more penalty shots per round statistically. So if you can get those penalty shots off the scorecard, that's really going to help. Okay friends, so now it's over to you. This is the subscriber showcase part of the show where you get to be the star of the show. Send me your golfing videos. Maybe it's a funny shot, maybe it's a really bad shot, maybe you're playing a famous hole on a famous course. Reach out to us via our social channels and send me your golfing videos and we'll pick the best ones each week. This week we've got 2 for you. The first one is from Tim, who's playing the beautiful Mount Coolum golf course in Australia. Wow, how good does this place look? And the second one's from Ali, playing the 9th hole here at Fulford Golf Club. Well, I think he's called Ali, but after seeing this shot, I think we should call him Bubba.
Oh my word.
Okay, so my ball's landed in a puddle of water, I'm entitled to some relief. That's the nearest point of relief. But what you've got to do is you've got to take that relief with the club that you're realistically going to hit your next shot with. So I've got an 8 iron into the green. So I'm going to take my 8 iron, I'm going to mark the ball. I'm going to look for where I could play, still wet here. That's okay there. So I can now take a drop from here, but with this I can take the head cover off. So I'm now entitled to 1 club length from that nearest point of relief, and I've got an arc, no nearer the hole. So bear that in mind and don't get that rule wrong. Just remember you've got to take the relief with the club that you're realistically going to hit the next shot from. Hey everyone, thanks for watching. I really hope you enjoyed that episode. I hope you found it interesting and I'd love to hear how your game stacks up across all those different areas to see if your handicap is the same across the board or if there's some areas you need to improve. I certainly need to improve my driving and not taking as many penalty strokes. That's really letting me down. Okay guys, well thanks so much for watching. Hit that like button if you enjoyed it and I'll see you next time on The Golf Show. I hope you enjoyed that episode of The Golf Show. To watch another, click here. To subscribe, click here.